Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sports Stuff video. Today, we're talking about the Buffalo Bills and their offseason plan to go from constantly getting beat by Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs to beating Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs and winning a Super Bowl. So if you guys do enjoy, please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of this video. Let's get into it. So Buffalo Bills offseason plan. Starting at cuts and/or trades, they're currently negative $8.6 million in the cap. They have signed a couple of guys to extensions, so I'm not shocked that Khalil Shakir, Terrell Bernard kind of made that number go into the negatives. But to fix that immediately, I'm going to be cutting Von Miller as a post-June 1st cut. Von Miller last year had 7 tackles, 6 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 12 run stops, and 32 pressures. You know, he's still a pretty solid pass rusher, but not worth the $24 million cap hit he is on for this team. There's no way he's going to be on this team for that number. And they've already been talking about maybe taking a restructure and lowering that cap hit. But all sides of points are headed towards him being released post June 1st. I'm gonna reinvest in the young guys and keep the Super Bowl window open because the money that we're paying Von Miller can be used for other guys on shorter term deals for less money. So I'm gonna cut him for $17.4 million, get back in the positive. Then some restructures. I'm gonna restructure Josh Allen, obviously franchise quarterback. Open up $11 million next year. Ed Oliver, franchise D tackle, had a career year last year. I'm going to restructure him for 8.7. Then Deion Dawkins, my left tackle, again, franchise left tackle, is going to retire a Buffalo Bill. Restructure him for 9.8. So kicking these cans down the line does not mean anything to me because these are guys that are going to be on the team for the rest of their career. So plus $30 million in cap space. Main re-signings were at $39 million. However, at positive $39 million, I still don't feel comfortable, right? So at re-signings, there's no one I'm going to re-sign. A couple of these guys, I was very close, but I don't think anyone is worth the money in this team's free agency class, right? Rasul Douglas is past his prime. When they traded for him a few years ago, that was the right time to trade for him. We're going to let him walk, maybe get a comp pick back for him. Amari Cooper, well, that was a wasted third-round pick trade. It didn't work out. He was really bad for the Buffalo Bills. We're going to move on. Matt Collins, we don't need him. Quentin Jefferson was cut from the Browns, was signed on a minimum deal in the middle of the season. Don't need him. Damar Hamlin, I'm going to let him walk. I think he can get money elsewhere. The Buffalo Bills, they have Taylor Rapp. They have Cole Bishop. They don't need Damar Hamlin. Jordan Phillips, I almost brought back as a D tackle, but I decided not to. Then Reggie Gillum and Tommy Doyle at tight ends. Again, this didn't feel like I really needed them. We're going to move on and go younger, or just don't need them in the roster at all. So entering free agency, we're at positive $39.7 million. I feel pretty good about it. So entering free agency, I'm going to be signing Andre Cisco, the safety out of Jacksonville. Last year, he had 52 tackles, 1 interception, and 9 run stops. He's a solid all-around safety. You know, he run defense. He pass coverage is pretty good as well. But mainly for that run defense, I want to get Andre Cisco on this team. So now we have a trio of Cole Bishop, Andre Cisco, and Taylor Rapp. I feel pretty good. They all do different things, right? Cole Bishop is now going to be going to his sophomore season. Andre Cisco's on a 2-year deal, and Taylor Rapp is entering the last year of his deal. So you get a couple of guys, you know, have a 3-man lineup that you really trust and you can believe in. And the secondary coach I've seen develop really well, right? We had Jamar Johnson last year left, and he developed really well. Damar Hamlin developed into a pretty good safety. Cole Bishop had an okay rookie year. I expect to have a better sophomore year. And Taylor Rapp has been a pretty good safety for them as well. They signed a few years ago. So I trust him to kind of turn Andre Cisco into a pretty good safety into a very good safety. So I give him a 2-year, $19 million deal, $13 million guaranteed at 68% million guaranteed. Then the next time I'll be doing is DeMarcus Walker. As you can see, I do reinvest that Von Miller money into a younger, cheaper defensive end. DeMarcus Walker from the Bears last year had 27 tackles, 4 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 25 run stops, and 39 pressures. You know, he's a solid veteran option at edge rusher. To me, he immediately replaces Von Miller snaps at a much lower cost, and I think it'd be as effective as Von Miller was, as you can see with his numbers. He only had 2 less sacks and more tackles. He was more active in the run game. He's a good speed rusher. He has a good swim move package. He is an older player, so I only give him a 1-year deal. But again, he's going to be getting paid from the Chicago Bears after being cut, so you don't have to give him too much money. So 1 year, $5 million for DeMarcus Walker. For a pass rusher as good as Von Miller at this point in his career, and he's more active in the run game, I like that for DeMarcus Walker. So now you have DeMarcus Walker, AJ Epinesa, and Gregory Rousseau. Then I'm going to be signing Benjamin St. Juste, the cornerback from the Commanders. Last year, he had 59 tackles, 0 interceptions, 11 run stops, and 7 pass breakups. Let's be honest here, he got cooked last year in Washington. He was the weakest link in that secondary, and he got abused all year. So here in Buffalo, he'd be cornerback 3 or 4. Most of the time, he's been a slot corner of his career. So he can come in and allow Christian Benford and Kyrie Elam to be the boundary guys. And Benjamin St-Juste is an active tackler. But again, he did get cooked a lot in Washington. But with this linebacker core of Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard, oh my gosh, what's his name? Balen Spector. Like, they have a pretty solid linebacker core. So Benjamin St-Juste isn't going to be all reliant by himself. So I do think Benjamin St-Juste can have a better career in Buffalo than he did in Washington. So I'm going to give him a 2-year, $8.5 million deal, $5.5 million guaranteed at 65% guaranteed. So that's all the signs I'm going to be doing. Entering the draft, you're at $24 million. Again, for this class especially, there is a lot of draft picks. So I decided, let's leave a lot of money open. Let's not re-sign anyone, and let's build through the draft. And here's what I do in the draft. Again, a lot of draft picks. I like this draft, though. To me, it's one of my top 5 favorite drafts I've done. So let's get into it. At number 30, I'm going to be trading out of my first-round pick with the Buffalo Bills with the San Francisco 49ers. And in that trade, I'm going to get number 43, number 99, and 148 for number 30 and 205. So basically, the San Francisco 49ers are going to be trading number 43 and 99 for number 30. So they're moving up 13 picks from the second to the first, and getting that 5th-year option. And they're also going to be trading up 60 draft picks from the 6th into the 5th. So we have no 6th or 7th round picks this year. I'm A-okay with that. But I think it's pretty even. The 49ers, they get back in the first. And I thought a guy that they would take at number 30 was available. They did not take him, but I thought the guy that they would take at number 30 is pretty good. They ended up taking Darius Alexander instead. So I thought it was pretty good for the 49ers to grab Darius Alexander. But I thought they were going to go for another person. But again, they got a guy that I thought they could fit for their team. So we trade back into number 43. And at number 43, I grabbed the guy that I would have considered at number 30, Princely Umanmielen from Ole Miss. Princely Umanmielen, he comes from a 3-4 outside linebacker scheme, but I do think he could play 4-3 defensive end in the NFL. He was very productive in college. He improved every year. And he walks offensive tackles back in their sets. He has a very good mix of speed and strength. And I think he can absolutely be the edge of the future and an impact player year one. When AJ Epinesa, he's on a multi-year deal. Once he gets towards the end of that deal, I think Princely Umanmielen can easily overtake him. And him and Gregory Rousseau would be the edges of the future. Then at number 56, grabbing Demetrius Knight. Again, that's actually our pick. Number 56, number 43 is from the 49ers. So at 56, with the Buffalo Bills pick, grabbing Demetrius Knight from South Carolina. Another guy I considered at number 30, and I got him at number 56. That is a great steal. I thought he'd be gone, but, if he is available at 56, it gives me hope for the Sam linebacker position for the future. He is one of the older prospects in the NFL draft, but for a team in the Buffalo Bills trying to win right now, having an experienced old player coming in the draft is actually a good thing for you. But he has great sideline-to-sideline speed. What did I miss? He has great sideline-to-sideline speed, great elusiveness when blitzing. He has great speed as well, with great first step when he's blitzing. He has good zone coverage, great run defender. He's just a good all-around linebacker, but I think because of his age, he is going to slip a little bit, but I was not expecting the number 56. I do see Demetrius Knight as a first-round pick. Does that mean that he's going in the first round? He might go early second, but I think whenever he does get drafted, an older, experienced player going to a team trying to win a Super Bowl, that is exactly what you want. Then at number 62, grabbing Jalen Noel from Iowa State, one of my favorite wide receivers in this class. He has 4.39 speed, great footwork, crisp routes. I do think he has a long speed to be an outside boundary corner, but a lot of scouts are saying he's more of a slot guy. I don't care. I'm going to play him at my wide receiver, my number 2 outside receiver, not my number 1, my number 2 outside receiver, because he has really good short bursts, and not every wide receiver needs to be a deep threat, and I think Jalen Noel is a perfect example. 5'11", 200 pounds, reminds me a lot of a guy like Tyler Lockett, who's smaller frame, good outside receiver, who's good in that short to intermediate game with good initial bursts. I think Jalen Noel could be exact kind of like that kind of a mold, where he's undersized, yes, but he gets open with his route running and his crisp footwork. I think that's exactly what you want in the Buffalo Bills system. Because now you have a very good wide receiver core. It's your 3rd, 2nd round pick you've used today, and you really reinvested for the future. Then at number 99, grabbing Deion Walker. He has great size and length at D tackle at 6'7". A lot of comps for him are Travis Jones and Keanu Benton, and in their drafts, those are my gems at the D tackle position. So if a lot of guys are comparing them to Travis Jones and Keanu Benton, I would want Deion Walker on my team. He plays all over the defensive line, not just 3-tech or D-tackle. He can play in rotation year 1 behind Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver as he develops. And I think if he adds a little bit more weight, or I'm sorry, a little bit more muscle versus weight under his frame, he can be a dominant run defender. He's good, but I think he can be a dominant run defender. He's a good pass rusher, but the production didn't really follow his measurables. So I think in the NFL, if he adds weight, if he adds muscle onto his weight, I think he can turn into an amazing run stopper. Then at number 108, grabbing David Walker from Central Arkansas. You know, he had great production at Central Arkansas. Edge depth is definitely needed for this team. He has a very long motor, and he doesn't stop until the whistle blows, which for run plays is really good. He will hawk down the running back, and for passing plays will not stop trying to get to the quarterback. He has 37 sacks over the last 3 years, over 30 pressures a year as well, and immediately gives you a chance to play in rotation with elite run defenders in AJ Epinesa and Gregory Rousseau. So I think his pass rushing ability will be used very early. Then I decided, you know what? We have number 131, 178, and 207. Let's trade back up into the 4th round, 10 picks early, because Jaden Blue was about to go. And I'm like, you know what? Let's grab Jaden Blue at 121 in my trade up. So this is my James Cook insurance. At worst, I think he'd be a really good tandem running back with James Cook. And at best, you know, he could be James Cook's replacement. He has great launch speed. I think whenever he finds a hole, he's able to cut it and kick it all the way to the house. He has 4.38 speed. And again, if James Cook does leave for more money, I think Ray Davis can be the Thunder to Jaden Blue's Lightning. And those two could carry this offense for much cheaper than James Cook. Because James Cook wants to be one of the highest paid running backs in the league. I don't think the Bills can afford that. So I think grabbing Jaden Blue, who you know can be that home run hitting speed running back, with Ray Davis, who showed he can be a good running back last year, that's the tandem I would want for the future. Then at number 148, grabbing Nick Nash from San Jose State. Nick Nash, another good short to intermediate field guy. Last year was a Triple Crown winner, led college football in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. He was number 1 in slot yards last year. So Nick Nash is the true slot guy of the future. Obviously, you have Khalil Shakir to be the starter, but I think Nick Nash can be a high-end rotation guy. While I think Jalen Noel can dominate on the outside, I think Nick Nash can develop on the inside. So you have Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel, Jalen Noel, and Nick Nash. That would be a great 5-man group this upcoming season. A lot of different receiving threats for Josh Allen in different ways as well. Some of them dominate with size, some of them dominate with speed, some of them dominate with route running. I like it. Different rotations, different guys for each time. I think that's a great pairing of those 5 guys. Then at number 171, grabbing Emory Jones from LSU. Emory Jones, you know, a lot of people are saying he's going to be a guard in the NFL. And with David Edwards' deal next season being up, I think you can develop Emory Jones over a season. You know, he's 6'6", 315. He's a 3-year starter in the SEC. Great pass blocker. The only thing I think he needs to do is work on his hands on the pad level. You know, if he clears up his penalty issue, I think he'd be a pretty good guard. But in the 5th round, grabbing a developmental guard that maybe can take over for David Edwards next year at 171, that's pretty good. Played elite competition and played pretty well. Then at 175, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm taking a backup quarterback in Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord, big arm quarterback who loves to sling it. I think he can be the backup for the next 4 years. And I think he can run the Josh Allen passing offense. He's not the athlete Josh Allen is, but Kyle McCord led college football in big plays and in turnover-worthy throws. So I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch. But I think in the Josh Allen passing game, Kyle McCord can replicate that. But again, not the athlete Josh Allen is. He's not going to make plays with his legs. But when it comes to the passing offense, you can trust Kyle McCord to run it. So that is my mock offseason plan for the Buffalo Bills. You know, they don't spend a lot of money. They don't make any big trades like for Myles Garrett or anything. But they fill in holes in their roster and in the draft, get lots of guys who can help them right now and help them for the future. Again, this is one of my favorite mock drafts I think I've done for this offseason plan series so far. So I'm very excited for the Buffalo Bills. I can't wait to see what they do in the free agency period. Because again, they don't have that much money. Are they gonna bet more on the future and just keep pushing money back and back and back and try and win right now? Or are they willing to work for both, both work for the future and for right now? And I think if they can get this type of a draft, that would be an A+. So if you guys enjoy, please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think of the Buffalo Bills offseason plan. And I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.